Obviously, Mark, thank you so much for joining the interview today. Just a quick couple of questions. Really, we're going to fire at you about your product, PaceFlow. Before I get into it again, you're going to have to remind me how to pronounce. Is it Dineticq?
It's Dineticq. Yeah.
Dineticq,
Yeah,
right?
We did it deliberately to be a challenge for everybody.
Oh yeah, I was going to say we get Dineticq and all sorts of different pronunciations of it. So, first question, very simple. Who are Dineticq and what is PaceFlow?
Or even Dineticq.
Or Dineticq, sorry, you just told me and I've still got it wrong.
So we're a spin out from Loughborough University, and so I'm an academic professor here at the university and done lots of research which is perceived to have some value in cricket and other sports. Yeah. So 2 or 3 years ago, we applied and went down the journey of spinning out a company from the university to try and commercialise the IP and knowledge we've got to try and help as many people as possible to reach their potential in sport.
Fantastic. So obviously the PaceFlow product itself is cricket based. Would you be able to give us a quick overview?
Yeah, so the area we've done the most work in is in cricket, in fast bowling in cricket. Yeah. And so that was a natural starting place to say, what would be a first initial product to help fast bowlers. We've worked with all of the top bowlers that have come through England and in collaboration with the England and Wales Cricket Board over the last 20 years. And we've done a lot of lab-based work, so bringing bowlers to the lab. But we wanted to take all of that knowledge and put it into a video-based product that anybody could access through their smartphone. And so PaceFlow is that, be it from a performance or injury perspective or legality.
Yeah.
Saying what's the most we could do with a recording off your smartphone to help a cricketer improve, and in this first instance in fast bowling.
Yeah, so I mean that sort of leads me on beautifully to the next question. So it would be, who will it benefit the most? So obviously you say fast bowlers, but is there a specific ability level or age range you think will benefit the most, or is it just very broad?
I think it's very broad. I mean, the knowledge we've gained has been from the elite. So in simple terms, we know what good looks like. We know what fast bowlers do, the good ones, but we also know from an injury perspective what are the risk factors to get injured from a technique perspective. And so we've put that all into this product. Now, you could argue that's available to all. Now, as we get more data on, say, younger people, we're hoping through the app we collect data on younger people, we might refine the sort of the nuances and algorithms in the background. So if we took a Jimmy Anderson age 10, what did he look like at 10, 12, 14, 16? Nobody knows. But in the future we will know. That is the aim. So at the moment although the data behind it is around the lead, we think that's applicable to all. But in the future that will morph and change a little bit.
Yeah. So the really exciting part about it is you can actually see how, let's say 10, 20 years time, what the professionals then would have been like today. So you can see that progress sort of build through them. That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And that knowledge isn't there at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it's not there in any sport really. So this is this could be game changing for sport as a whole. It's a very exciting.
Well, I think these sort of products using technology and science in a really positive way, because technology can be used in lots of negative ways, but in a really positive way, your smartphone can change almost how sport is learned, because it changes what's available. We're very dependent on coaches and quite traditional methods of coaching, and sports science has had a huge impact on aspects of sport like nutrition and strength and conditioning, but biomechanics hasn't been as well applied because the technology's not allowed it. This sort of product is breaking down those barriers. So I could easily argue in the future this sort of product will change how people learn and reach their potential.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, obviously you have worked on the tech side of this, and the cricket side. So how long have you been working not only within cricket but within tech as well? So what is your experience just in all of it?
I came to Loughborough an awful long time ago as a student who was loved sport but was good at maths, or pretended to be good at maths, I guess. And that was over 30 years ago. So I've been involved since then, one could argue.
Wow.
Did my PhD and progressed all the way through to professor. So yeah, I've been heavily involved for over 30 years, and in cricket since 2004, when the ECB with the National Cricket Performance Centre on campus approached the department at the time and said, we'd like some biomechanics support, and it's grown from there. It started with a bit of consultancy, and what we would deliver back then, if I look back at that, and what we could deliver now, are chalk and cheese. We've learned so much over that period, because science doesn't stand still. You're always learning. You've never got all the answers, but you've got some information that's of value. And the point is to apply that and use it and progress and never stand still.
So essentially, then, this product has been in the works since 2004. Then, like in very basic essence.
Yeah. We delivered the first piece of work I did was to deliver some bowling reports to England cricket.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Matthew Hargard, Andy Flintoff, Freddie Flintoff, Steve Harmison were the first cohort through.
Wow.
So from there all the way through to now.
That is fantastic. Like, to think that you're coming from this much experience, and now this can be available to, well, anyone.
Yeah.
This could be available to the lowest of the low, grassroots to the absolute elite. Is fantastic.
Anyone who's got a passion for sport,
Yeah.
anyone who wants to improve, and pretty much all people who play sport would love to be a bit better.
Yeah.
Well, why can't we use all that knowledge we've gained over the years to help everybody be a bit better?
Yeah.
And that's the goal here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with any project, there's not always going to be so straightforward. So, were there anything that came across that surprised you and you found really challenging from a cricket point of view, or even from a tech point of view?
I think surprised. I'd say it's more exciting. Knowing we've got all of this knowledge, and thinking there's such an opportunity here to help cricketers, to get to their potential, is a huge exciting opportunity to me anyway, because there is such a knowledge base. The ECB have been hugely proactive in the projects we've worked together on, be it from a performance and injury perspective. I've worked with some brilliant people within the ECB, and we've actually got a huge knowledge base now. So from a cricket perspective, the exciting opportunity to take that to everybody, because that knowledge isn't out there, be it coaching or players. We've got a knowledge base that isn't throughout the community. So I think and then from a tech perspective, when I started out as a researcher, it was on cine film. We didn't have smartphones, definitely didn't exist. And so the power of this, everything, essentially the smartphone in everybody's pocket, is far, far beyond what I had as a researcher. Digitizing darkened videos and worrying about exposure rates and whether there's going to be enough light or and changing light conditions and things. Those smartphones take care of all of that now. So you've got a device in your pocket that is incredibly clever, that can do tons. But then on the other side of that, they've been designed not with biomechanics in mind. So you have to use them in the right way, and there are some challenges, and they take some shortcuts so that they can do more, and that doesn't always work for us as scientists. But they're incredibly powerful, and our challenge is to use them to the best of our our skills.
Yeah. Obviously, having the smartphone, everyone has one, but not everyone has PaceFlow. So how easy will it be for people to access PaceFlow? What is the...
So it's going to be, just through a website. You go on your smartphone to the website, and sign up. In the first instance, we're targeting coaches. So we would the aim, because you need some knowledge to use this product. So the aim in the first instance is to target coaches and provide them with a science base that we've got to help them help their players. So that's what. But equally, if a keen dad with his son wanted to use the product, then that would be fine too.
Fantastic. I think we're going on to the last question now. obviously Dineticq is this is the first sort of product they're coming out with that, well, certainly I've heard of. Can we expect anything in the future? Anything coming up? And if so, can we get any teasers for what might be to come?
So, we're very much at the start of this journey, I think it's fair to say. So, in the first instance, we're wanting feedback from users. What did they find useful? Because I suspect at the moment, it's a bit like when we started out 20 years with those cricket reports. Yeah. It covered all the bases at once. Well, this PaceFlow product covers all the bases we think are important. But when coaches start to use it, they might find that the run-up part is really useful and another part is less. It's too much information. So, I think there'll be clearly some iterations of PaceFlow. I think that's where we'll start. Okay. And then going from there, I've got PhD students researching in spin bowling.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can take and fast track what we know in fast bowling and apply that, to spin bowling quite easily, or we think quite easily, and then batting and fielding and why not those other disciplines within cricket. But beyond that, there's a wealth of knowledge that we've got in a whole variety of sports where technique is important. So going forwards, and that's not in the near future, but in the further away. Why couldn't we help all sports? But very much starting with cricket.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic what you're doing. I'm in football myself, so I mean,
everybody's in football.
Well, yeah, I know, very very basic of me, but it's the way it could change all sports. It just really excites me as an outsider. Dineticq will be partnering with Liam Plunkett Cricket. Can we expect any discounts for members of LPC?
Yeah, definitely. So any LPC Fan Zone member saves 25% on any PaceFlow product.
Fantastic. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe, follow us on socials, and stay tuned for more exciting guests.